Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Taylor Nicholston and welcome back to my beauty space. So today I did this super pretty kind of like turquoise dark blue eye look, and I have on these super dramatic lashes. I've never really worn lashes like these before, but I'm kind of liking them. I feel like this is like the perfect like colorful summer makeup look. This is like a perfect night out makeup look. Or honestly, you can wear this wherever. Like I'm about to go run some errands and like run to Target and stuff. So you can wear this look wherever. Just do you, girl, do you. So if you like this look and you want to see how I got it, then please keep watching. Hello everyone. So today I am actually starting with my eyes. I already did my brows off camera. I already have my eyelids primed. I have not set them down because I've seen a lot of people not setting their eyelids before they put on their eyeshadows. So I'm going to try it. I don't know how it's going to work because I have really oily eyelids. And my eyelids are very discolored. So if my concealer gets taken off, it's going to like ruin everything. But we will see. We will see how it goes. So for my first shade, I am actually trying another new thing. I am going in with my like crease color before I go in with a transition shade. I usually go in with a transition shade and then like build my way down, but today I'm going to try another way. Try is the key word. So for my crease color, I am actually going to go in with this dark Pukey shade from the Jaclyn Morphe palette. This is like her original one, not the ones that she's coming out with very like soon or whatever. But I still love this palette and I still use it all the time. Oh, this feels so weird. It's so sticky. Oh. But it's like really pigmented. Like I feel like I can't move my brush all that much though because my eyelids are so sticky, but huh. Not bad so far, not bad. Okay. And like these shades are really pigmented, but I'm tapping off my excess and everything and they're still coming out this pigmented. So I feel like I have to go in with like little dabbing motions kind of, like to lay the eyeshadow down and then I can go through and blend it out. But wow. And so then I'm going in with the shade right here called Creamscicle, once again from the Jaclyn Morphe palette. And I'm switching to a bigger fluffy brush for this. And I'm just going to begin applying this kind of like at the edges of that shade. And just blending at it a little bit. Happiness comes to an end. I just hit pan on this Creamscicle shade. Can you see it? I love this shade. I use it all the time. Like I need Jaclyn to get on with Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics so that she can start selling like her eyeshadow shades and like separate little single pan shadows. That would be awesome. You know, if Jaclyn ever watches this, or if you guys want to like tag Jaclyn in it so she'll watch it, I would probably like pee myself, but it would all be worth it because maybe she would take my advice and start making single eyeshadows because all her eyeshadows are so good. They're so good, and like I'm so sad whenever I hit pan on it. Like I bought her her like face palette whenever she came out with one with Becca. And I hit pan on both her highlighters and I was just so upset. Like, I know she sells the highlighters individually, but still, all of her stuff is so good. Like, ugh. She is my queen. She is the best. Okay, so that looks super blended. Like, this honestly looks more blended than when I do it my way. Like, I'm kind of upset that my eyeshadow's just been out here not looking this good, and all I had to do was not set my lid. So I am just going to go in with this really nice pretty like chocolatey brown down here. I never use this shade so I have no idea what the name of it is, but everything will be linked in the description box below. I will put everything that I used, all of the shade names, and I will have the pages linked so that it is easy to find. And everything will be in order too, so it'll be a lot easier to find. So I'm just taking this and I am literally going like directly in my crease with this. And I am just really packing that in. And then once I get my color down with the less product off of my brush, I'll just go ahead and like slightly start blending this up so that it blends out into the other shades. This is a really nice brown. Like, I usually never use like dark browns just because I stick to more like warm, you know, mustardy colors, but this one is really nice. I say that like I haven't had this palette for literally like a friggin' year and a half, but once you find shades that you like, it's like really hard to branch out and try new ones and, you know, like break your routine. And I'm super bad about that. Like, if I find a foundation that I like that works for me, I will use that same foundation until I run out. And then whenever I go get another one, I'll just buy like a whole new one, and then I don't even use that foundation anymore. Like, that's a super bad habit of mine. And I'm just going to take a little bit more of this and just really pack it on this outer corner. I'm getting it all in the outer V of the eye right in here. I'm even bringing it down like onto the eyelid, just to create that darkness in the outer corner. This makeup is turning out so good. Hold up, let me knock on some wood, because I know my luck. I'll say that and then like all hell will break loose. So now I'm just going right back in with that Pukey shade, and I'm just going to kind of blend around in this area. Make sure that brown blends really nicely into these shades. So I laid out today in my yard just because I like to tan, you know? And I didn't put on any sunglasses because I've been trying to tan my face. My face doesn't tan very well, but I've been trying to. So I didn't put on any sunglasses, right? Because I didn't want the lines. Y'all, my eyelids got burnt. Like, putting on this eyeshadow right now is kind of painful. It's not really painful. It just kind of like stings. Like, y'all know whenever you have sunburn and you're like, you like scratch it or you like touch it, do anything, it just kind of stings. Yeah, that's my life right now. Like, I did not think that your eyelids could get burnt. This has never happened to me before. Ever. I've never heard of it happening to anybody. So now I'm going right back in with that Creamscicle shade, and I am just going to take this and literally blend everywhere. Just to make sure all of our shadows are nice and blended out. So now for the star of the show, the lid shade. I'm so excited for this. Going in with the shade Celia from this Alamar Cosmetics palette. I got it in my BoxyCharm last month, but it is so pretty. It's like a really pretty like turquoise shade. I was going to go in with the dark blue, but I'm really feeling this turquoise right now, and it kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see, my shirt has like turquoise stripes, and I have on like matching like turquoise shorts, so I really wanted to match this with my outfit. So I'm going to apply this with my fingers just because I feel like it's like the best application or whatever. I'm just not one for applying shimmery shades with a brush. Like, I don't care if I put Fix Plus on it and everything. It just doesn't look as good, in my opinion, as if I would have did it with my finger. I wasn't going to use that blue, but I am going to take a little bit of it, and I'm actually using on a brush, and I'm just going to pack this onto my outer corner. To, you know, add just like a little bit more depth to this look. So since that worked so good with the blue, I'm actually going to pick up that turquoise shade and like really define it. Oh wow. This applies so good and my brush isn't wet or anything. A little bit of something. I'm going to actually go in with the shade Cafecito from the same palette. It's just a really nice brown shade. And I am going to take that on that same little brush. And I'm just going to begin running this just like right above. Like I said, just to make sure everything kind of like blends together. But I'm really being careful to try not to bring the shimmer up into the crease, because these shades are so pigmented that they are kind of like blending up whenever I try and blend this shade in. So I'm trying to keep that a little bit lower. So after all of that to blend in, everything did get a little bit less pigmented. So I will just take a teensy little bit. Just reapply it. Just to make sure that everything is super pigmented. So now I'm just going to take a little bit like my Garnier Micellar water on a little cotton pad. And I'm just going to clean up underneath my eyes. So for my face makeup, the first thing I'm going in with is primer. I'm using the Benefit Porefessional primer. I haven't used this forever. I've been using it though because I found one in my drawers and it was literally like brand new and hadn't been used. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to be using this primer for a little bit. Don't take this primer all the way back on my face. I just kind of keep it in the middle of my face, like where my pores are bigger and where I need this primer at. And I didn't even wet my beauty blender. Okay, now that my beauty blender is wet, I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Matte HD High Definition Long Wear Matte Foundation. Wow, that's a lot. And I am in the shade Beige. And this is actually a little bit light for me because, you know, I have been tanning. My parents went to the lake over 4th of July and I went down and seen them. So I have been tanning. So I'm going to have to load up with some bronzer because I have not gotten to go get new foundation. Oh yeah. That's really light. Oh, it's okay. It dries pretty matte, so you don't have to set your whole face, which is good for me because I'm one of those people that my face still gets kind of oily sometimes. So, you know, I definitely have to set my under eyes or else they'll crease. And with some foundations, I do have to set my whole face, but this one, nope. Super matte. And I am sunburnt, like I said earlier, so this is covering my redness like really well. Which is probably another reason why this foundation looks so light. Is because I'm burnt. I'm not too burnt though. It could be a lot worse. And since I did go ahead and do my eyebrows before my foundation, I'm just going to take some on a little flat brush. And I'm just going to use this to go right above the brows. And put some foundation down just so there's no like discoloration or anything. And I don't want to get too close to my brows with my beauty blender, just because I don't want to mess them up and then have to go back through and do them again, because that kind of defeats the purpose. And I am packing on quite a bit. I am packing on quite a bit because I'm going through and kind of like blending in with this little brush, but I'm also going to go in with a little mini sponge here in just a second. Just make sure everything's really blended into the skin. So now I'm going in with my little sponge. I'm just going to tap around the edges. Nothing too major. Like I said, really trying not to mess up my brows. Just a little tapping. So now I'm going in with this LA Girl Pro Concealer. And once again, I know this is about to be way too light for me, but I haven't had time to go get like my... oh my god. I haven't had time to go get any tan shades. So I mean... whatevs. It will be a-okay. So now, I'm going to take my itty-bitty little sponge. Just start pressing this into the skin. I always love using itty-bitty little sponges like this to do my concealer when I already have my eye makeup done, just because you can be so much more precise with where this concealer is going. Like, as you can see, I did bring my shadows in a little bit too much on my inner corner, so you can just go through with this and just like tap a little bit, and it just like brightens it up. Like, I don't know if you guys can really tell, but this eye looks so much brighter than this eye because I took some concealer and just like tapped on the inner corner just a little bit, not too much to like disturb the product or anything, just a little bit, and it helps out so much. So while I'm blending this in, let me just tell y'all a little story. So, the other day, you know, I got a lake to visit my parents. They've been gone for like 11 days. You know, I wanted to see my parents. So, I go to the lake. We go tubing, everything, yada yada. Number one, I got burnt. I got home after I was tubing. My butt cheeks were so red. But anyways, before I get home, I'm just like, you know, jamming, whatever. And mind you, I have to drive like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the traffic, to get to the lake from our house. So, I'm just like hanging out, whatever. Driving, listening to my music. And all of a sudden, I see a deer, like, running towards the road. So, you know, I'm a super cautious person. I'm always looking for deer, especially like during the summer and stuff. I'm just always looking for deer all the time. Because I've just had so many run out in front of me, like, I've had deer, like, run out in front of me in the middle of, like, cities and stuff. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just, like, a deer-prone person. I'm not truly sure. So, I see this deer running, and I'm like, oh, there's a deer. You know, obviously, I begin to slow down, you know, to let the deer pass, because I am in its home. I understand, like, this road was not here. It was here before the road. So, I'm just, like, gonna let this deer pass through its home. By the way, you guys, I'm going in and setting my under eyes with this, loose face powder from Maybelline, which is, like, too light. You know, you guys know, everything in this video is gonna be way too light. I'm gonna have to put on so much bronzer. But anyways, so, I'm just, like, you know, slowing down for my deer. And then, the deer gets, like, 5 feet from me and decides that it's gonna turn. So, the deer turns and hits my side mirror on the passenger side. So, I hear a thump, and, you know, I'm, like, driving, obviously. So, I, like, checked my rearview mirror, made sure the deer was, like, running off or whatever. The deer ran off, and then there was, like, a church a couple miles up the road. Or not even, like, a couple miles. It was, like, half a mile up the road. Like, half a mile up the road, there's a church. So I pull over the church, right? And I get out of the car. I'm like about to start crying and freaking out. And like, it barely did anything. Like, the top part of my mirror was broken off, like, but the bottom part was still attached to my car. My actual, like, mirror part didn't fall out. It was still attached. I mean, it was, like, hanging on by the cords, like, the wires, but, you know, it didn't break. It didn't fall. It was still attached. Everything was still attached. It wasn't hanging off my car. It was just the top part of my mirror was broken. So, you know, I'm like, okay, whew, that's not that big of a deal. So, you know, I wait till I get home, because I was literally, like, 5 minutes from my house. So I wait till I get home. I pull in the driveway. As soon as I pull in my driveway, because I have a gravel driveway, and it had been raining, so our driveway was, like, washed out a little bit. As soon as I pull in my driveway, I hit a bump, and, like, my whole mirror just fell out. Thank God it was, like, still attached by the wires, obviously, but, like, I saw it fall, and I was like, so I get out, and it's fine, whatever. So then I have to, like, put a ton of duct tape on it to keep it in, yada yada. So, you know, me and my mom were trying to figure out what would be the best route to do this, to, like, claim it on my insurance, or go ahead and get another one, like a brand new one, and put it on, or, like, get a pull apart or something. Well, long story short, to get a new mirror for my car, $600, and that's, like, just for the mirror, like, not putting it on, that's just for the mirror. So, I think we'll be going to pull apart, because I don't want to claim it on my insurance go up, so I'll just, like, I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. I think that insurance companies should have, like, I don't know, a deer policy. I mean, I guess they do. I couldn't, like, prove that a deer hit me, though, because the deer ran away. But, like, ugh. So much, y'all. So much. And that is why I'm always so cautious of deer, because they're crazy. They will just run out in front of your car. Like, you're not going to hit them. But anyways, that was my rant for the day. And I'm about to go on another rant because, like, do you see how light my face is compared to my body? Oh, at least my eyeshadow looks good. So I am going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm going in with this because, like, it's more of like a sun-kissed, like, reddish tone. Like, it's not too red, but it is kind of like a red undertoned bronzer. You know, some of them have, like, orange undertones, but this one's more of like a red undertone. So it's really gonna pull out, like, Alamar sun-kissedness, and it's, hopefully it'll make my face match my body a little bit better, hopefully, because I look like a ghost. I didn't realize how tan I'd gotten in like a week and a half, but, like, I look like a ghost. So to apply my bronzer, I'm going in with this Luxie Duo Fiber Powder Brush, and let's begin this process. Looking better already. Actually, I need a bigger brush than this to, like, actually bronze my face. Okay, be right back. So this is, like, my favorite brush just going in bronze. It's a MAC Studio brush, and it has, like, no name on it. I just got it from Marshall's, but it's, like, super big and super fluffy, and it just works so good for applying your bronzer. I mean, look at that. Like, that's why I love using big brushes like this to create that bronzed look, because you just dip it in like 2 or 3 times and then it just looks so effortless on your face because the brush is so big and it's like getting blended out as you go. So it just looks so much better with a big brush like this. Well, in my opinion, it does. Okay, I'm looking a little bit more normal now, right, you guys? Right? I've been all about bronzing my forehead lately. Like, I haven't really been highlighting it as much, but I have been bronzing the heck out of my forehead. I just feel like it adds to that like sun-kissed look that I've been going for all summer. And I am taking this and I'm like kind of applying it up where my blush is gonna go as well. I'm gonna take a little bit on this little duo fiber brush. I'm just gonna go down the sides of the nose, not like too precise or anything, just, you know, adding some color in there because my nose is looking very, very flat. So now I'm gonna go in with some more bronzer. I'm actually gonna take this and put it, sorry, I got some in my mouth, you know, like when you use any Too Faced products that are like scented, if you tap off the excess and it gets in your mouth, it just tastes exactly like it smells. This tastes just like chocolate, and like, honestly, I don't like chocolate like that. Like, if y'all know me, I don't like chocolate, but this bronzer smells so good. And it tastes pretty good too. You know, I haven't like stuck my tongue down in it, but from getting the particles of it, it tastes pretty good. So now while I put on the rest of my face products, I'm going to go in with some more powder, and I'm just going to clean up. I'm going to go in and keep it like pretty light and neutral, so I'm going to go in with this kind of like mauve shade right here and this peachy shade from my Makeup Revolution Blush Goddess palette. And I'm just taking like 2 taps of those and tapping off the excess. And I'm first going to start applying this to the backs of the cheeks. And then once I get that on, I'll go and work my way into the apples. I like doing this and kind of like blending my blush in with my bronzer and blending it back, just because I feel like it makes it look a lot more natural and it makes your face look more angular. And like, I need help with that because I got some chubby cheeks. So I need all the help that I can get. I'll take a little bit and put it on my nose as well, just to give that really like sun-kissed look. I'm just going in and kind of like blending a little bit. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Okay, so before I do my eyeliner, eyeliner, what am I talking about? Before I do my highlighter, I'm going to finish off my lower lash line. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm literally going to take that brown that we used, put it right into the lash line as close as possible. All the way from inner corner to outer corner. Once I get that done, I'm going with that Pukey shade. I'm just going to begin buffing this out. And I honestly kind of like to buff this up and like make it meet my outer corner on my top lash line, just to tie everything together a little bit. And then I'm going in with the big fluffy brush, and I have no product on this, but I'm just gonna blend a little bit just to make sure. So now for highlighter, I'm going in with this Milani Strobe Light powder in the shade Afterglow. And I'm taking this on my little Luxie Tapered highlighter brush. I'm just going to take this and put it on all the high points of my face. I love these Milani highlighters. They're so good. My forehead highlight and like attaching it to my cheek highlight. I just think it looks so pretty. And of course, I will go back in with this big brush. Just kind of go over, make sure everything is super blended. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and brush this powder away. So for lashes today, I'm going in with these Alamar Grand Glamour lashes. And they are huge. Like huge. So I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to go off camera and put these on. Okay, I'll be right back. So I got these lashes on. And like surprisingly, they were not that difficult to get on. I thought I was going to have like a lot of issues, but I only had issues with this eye, so I'm still waiting on these lashes to dry. While I'm waiting for that to sit down and everything, I am going to go ahead and do my lips. Crap. Of course, I need to sharpen my lip pencil. Don't y'all hate that? Like, I'm such a lazy person that if the lip pencil is super short, I'll just be like, oh, I'll sharpen it later. And then I gotta do my makeup and I'm like, ugh, really, Taylor? Come on. I'm going in with this Essence lip pencil in the shade Satin Mauve. And I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips with this. I've been doing my lips a little bit different lately just because my lips have been getting so dry. So once I get my lip liner on, I will go in with some of my Vaseline. This is the kind with cocoa butter in it. And I will just apply this right over top of my lip liner. I love doing this because it's so much more comfortable on your lips. It keeps them from getting dry and all of that. So, for the lip shade, I'm going in with the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade 10 Adorable. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the lips. Show you how I blend my false lashes in with my natural lashes and everything. Okay, sorry y'all, I had to get like super close to my mirror to do that, but I will explain it real quick. You see how, you know, whenever you put on your eyelashes and there's just like that little bit of skin in between your lashes and like the inner part of your eye? Well, I hate it whenever I see girls and it's just like literal skin. So I always take a black liner and I'll just go in right in the inner corner and just like connect it so that it just like looks more put together. And then I did just go over and like cover up my lash band too while I'm thinking about it. I did go in with this Essence Kajal pencil in the black shade. And I just put that in my waterline right here, and then I tight lined with it as well. So now for the finishing touches, I am just going to go in with that same highlighter that we highlighted the face with. I'm just going to apply some right under my brow bone. I'm also going to take this little sucker and just pop it right in the inner corner. I'm losing it today. I almost forgot to set my eyebrows into place. What is wrong with me? Okay everyone, so I just went off camera and threw some sea salt in my hair and threw some jewelry on and all that, and this is my finished look for today. I'm so excited with how this turned out. These lashes are so big. Like, I have never worn lashes these big before, but I'm like kind of feeling them, you know, like I feel really sassy with them, so I might could rock these. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave me a nice comment, hit those notification bells so that you are notified whenever I post a video. Follow me on social media. Everything will be linked in the description box below. All of the products that I used, they will be linked in the description box below. I'll have them in order of the time of the what was I going? How was I going with that? In the order that I use them. That's where I was going with that. I'll have them in the order that I use them. I'll have them linked. I'll have the shade names and all of that. So if you guys like this video, then I will see you in the next one. And thank you so much for watching. Bye, y'all.